Hey, I'm Carson Baker.
I'm Walker Manchi.
We're from Baker Motorsports in Fayetteville, North Carolina. What we're doing today is we're taking because the mini bike scene is getting bigger and bigger, we're going to do a couple different videos on what it takes to make a stunt Z125. They go the same way for a Z as it does a Grom. All these parts, they're different part numbers, but you do the same thing on either bike. But what we have here is a brand new 2018 Kawasaki Z125. This is a display model, this one right here that we're getting ready to show you. We're going to do a black one. We're going to go through all the parts that we're going to use, where we get them, so you can find out. You can order them straight from us, but you can just as easily get them. We want you to know this is an informational video, not necessarily to sell anything, but we're going to show you what to do, how to do it, so you can be safe and have reliability out of your Z or Grom. But first things first, the brake system when you're doing stunts, you need a lot better brakes. You need better front brakes to grab, better rear brakes. When you're riding wheelies, you're going to trail that brake on the rear. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the stock brake lines and we're going to put braided cable lines on it. And the purpose of doing that is when you grab that brake, the braided cables, steel cables, are not going to slow up. You're going to have consistent pressure all the time. So it's going to be consistent the same way every time. We're going to come back and we're going to add new rotors. Here's a much better rotor, heavier duty, more surface space to grip. We're going to add a lot better brake pad. So we're going to get, after having that consistent brake pressure, we're going to have a better rotor, we're going to have a better pad. It's going to give you 100% better braking for doing stoppies, for doing riding wheelies. You're going to have a lot longer pad life when you're riding that rear brake. That's the first thing we're going to do. Next thing we're going to do about gearing, we'll let Walker talk about that.
So the Kawasaki stock doesn't need it, but we're gonna do it anyway. So we're going to replace the front sprocket. We're going to go down one, which is the same thing as doing two up in the rear. So with that, it's going to be a little more torque. It's going to pop a little faster.
Helps us big boys get up quicker, right?
There we go. Yep. So we're going to do that.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into adding some performance to it. The Z125 has good performance out the gate, but if you want to make it more efficient, more reliable, and have more horsepower. So we're going to add an air intake. We're going to untape this in just a minute and show you what it looks like. When you do that, this comes from Man in the Box. It comes with a carbon fiber tube, and I'll show you in a minute what that does. But that's going to be your support for your front fairing. So you have to have this. And then it comes with a pre-filter to go on top of it. But if you let the air in quicker, you got to let it out quicker. There's a lot of different options. Walker's going to talk to you about that.
That's right. So we're going to end up throwing the Yoshimura RS2 on. It's a really good system, really great quality. It's really not that expensive for most people. I really prefer this system over any of them.
It's an affordable pipe that gives you good power. But then if you got air intake and you got the exhaust getting out, you're going to have to add fuel to it, and you have to add some and have the right mixture. What we found the best thing for amateurs to pros is the Pizzazz controller. It doesn't take a lot to tune it. You can use your cell phone. You have to add an adapter for that. It does have auto tune on it, so you can just, all you got to do, plug and play, put it on auto tune, and it's going to constantly make your changes for you. You don't have to be a crazy tuner or bring it to us. If you want to do that, we do have a dyno, and we can dyno tune them and get it dialed in exact for you. We have a lot of different other options. A-Racer makes an ECU that we can do it exact. They also have an auto tune. There's several different options for this. This is the Pizzazz has seemed to be the easiest, most efficient way to do tuning for, especially for basic things, just small power adders. Then what's next?
Handlebars.
I'll pass them over to you.
Yeah, so stunting, you're going to want some handlebars because you're going to go down. And your stock bars, most likely you're going to end up bending. With pro tapers, if you've been pro tapers, you're doing it right, that's for sure. So we're going to end up throwing the KLX 110 bend on. It's a pretty comfortable bend, pretty common for all the little mini bikes. So we're going to throw those on. We're going to pair them with some pro taper grips. We're going to call it a day on that. So what's next?
Next, we're going to take this fender off, the fender eliminator kit. That's the tail light right here. Then we have the tag that bolts onto it. We'll show you that in a second. It's just a piece of metal that they've got pre-drilled for you. But if you're going to pop a wheelie, you're going to break this. It's inevitable. So what we're doing is and plus it doesn't look that good. The factory likes it, has to do it because they have to. We're going to take all this off, put a new tail light on it. This actually does a couple of different cool functions on it. It has your turn signals in it, plus your brake light. So we're going to put that on there, and then at the end we're going to put a full cage on it. So if you do happen to fall over, it's not going to hit your bike. It's going to have, it also has your wheelie pegs for the back, front pegs for the front, and that's going to protect your whole bike. It has crash pegs on it, and then the full cage in the back. So we're going to finish this up, have it all done, but what we're going to do is we're going to get to work and we're going to show you some of our progress.